We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Marcus Epps making the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. Up the sideline, past the 40. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge of that green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now the run here from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now Ritter. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Ritter setting up to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. McLaughlin is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established into top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And look at this return. Races past midfield. Into the red zone. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders Raiders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Marvin Mims now to return it. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jack Jones making that tackle. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He's contained at the line for no gain. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Ritter. McLaughlin's got it, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Ritter. Finds him on the slant. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing here, Ritter. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Portland Sutton, the man he was after. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, he put everything he had. He's got it deep downfield. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
If only incompletion to get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
McLaughlin does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. Stuffed once again, and now suddenly they're left with 3rd and goal.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
So now, here's 3rd and goal. McLaughlin. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos break the tie here in the first. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Levis. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2... So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Levis from the shotgun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he makes the Let's go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules started this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. After that pick, here's Levis. Escapes the sack. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Levis. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Man in motion here. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll run for this. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's down all the way to the 30. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the 1st on 4th down. That big 4th down call is how we close out our 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get you back to Denver in just a minute. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very clean play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the play fake, it's Levis. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And he sails that one over the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end zone, they're going to have to scrap and fight right through them.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Levis now off the play fake. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. and that'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Ritter looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Ritter to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And it'll be Raider football. You're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Levis out of the pistol. Buying some time left. He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he's out of bounds past midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Catch is made by the rookie out of Tennessee. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first. Working inside the red zone. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders make it a one-score game in the first half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Mims. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Now, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. It kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Levis now on first down. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun now for Levis. Puts his body on the line, and he got it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Is that QB and tight ends? They got that ball out in a hurry.
On first down, they'll run. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Now Levis. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return to the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Mims with the grab. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Continuing to move past the 45. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Broncos have to hurry here, clock's still running. To throw here on 1st down. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Ritter setting up to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's on the move. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lone back gets the handoff. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here's Ritter. Has it down close. Touchdown, Denver. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Levis now against the blitz. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some power on it, deep one left. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Raiders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Buys time, rolling right. He slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
1st down, Raiders.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Levis here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes into the loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Got a man, Bowers has it. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
Man, these guys are sideline mavens. They always seem to know exactly where that boundary is without looking. He's not quite at that level yet. Lost track of where he was, and he brought it in out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. On the play fake, it's Levis. He rolls to his right. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Levis throwing again. He's got a man left. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing now on first down, Levis. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
2nd and 3. Dumped off to his running back. Escapes a defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Running for it again. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on 2nd and goal. Sending a receiver left. From the gun, Levis. This throw is caught. Touchdown! So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. Right up the gut. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Marcus Epps making the play. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's a give up the middle. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted. It's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 a multiple highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders push the lead up to 12. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. That's going to be taken in at the 8. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now Ritter. Cut by Sutton. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. This is ahead for about 5. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Throw caught at the 6. It's a Denver touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game. They kick it off. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. First and 10 from the 41. Plowing up the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Levis now off the play fake. That one's caught along the left sideline. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Levis now on 1st down. Buying some time right. Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Here's Levis. This finds Mostert. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Now Levis on 3rd and goal. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
On comes Daniel Carlson for a pretty important kick. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Ritter to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Ritter looking to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz, Levis. And that's caught, touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders lead by 15 now.
Broncos 35.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing here, Ritter. Completed to Sutton. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's another Denver Broncos.
Ritter. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. He can't hang on to the pass. And that'll bring up second down. Ritter setting up to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Working quickly here.
That's another Broncos first down.
First down from the red zone. Forced out to his right. Has it down close. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice first and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll throw it again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's second and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Throwing it again here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Looking to throw it. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that forces them to fourth and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. Throwing now. And he's going to go down. They get to him on fourth and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And any time that results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Let's see what they went with on third down. On the play fake, it's Levis. Headed out right. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now we're on the counter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they take the first